You have now entered the Real Nigga Podcast, the one and only Rosa Sparks, aka the Chocolate Columbo, the Dainty Thug, the real nigga in charge, the most hated, the copycatted the most. We just all over the place, but I'm here because people want to hear what I have to say about everything, and I don't think that's really the truth. Because I write a lot of shit and people get real in their feelings about it. So, we'll see how this goes. I definitely have some shit I want to talk about. I am a publisher. I am a writer. I'm a blogger. I'm your daddy's favorite Tinder date. Y'all laughing already. I am the fucking black female superhero. I am the defender of the marginalized. I am the truth speaker. I am the Dainty Thug. So episode 1, Hex Them Hoes. We here. There's a few of y'all want to hear this shit. I don't know, but why I'm so important for me to say this shit, but I'm gonna do it. So there's a lot of things that happen around social media this week. New York Comic Con is next week. I'll be at New York Comic Con, of course. I mean, can't talk about superheroes if you're not in a place to be, right? So far the panels from New York Comic Con look kind of weak. I'm kind of starting to feel about New York Comic Con like I felt like about New York Fashion Week. Like it gets, the anticipation for it is like so big. It is so anticipated and everyone gets all stressed out with their outfits, their cosplays, how to get there. They're going to spend super much money. And then like you're underwhelmed when you get there. Like all the fun seems to be San Diego Comic Con. So that's going to be on my next checklist. I want to go to San Diego Comic Con. I don't want to keep feeling like New York Comic Con is like the back end. Like you're getting the leftovers of the breaking news and what's going on in geek culture. So I am still going to go to New York Comic Con because I saw some cool panels, but there isn't the buzz that I'm used to seeing around New York Comic Con is changing and is reminding me of how New York Fashion Week went from Bryant Park to Lincoln Center to wherever the fuck it is right now on the streets of New York. So that's it. That's where that is. Well, that's where I am with it. For those aren't aware of Fabulize Magazine, Fabulize Magazine is an online and digital platform and publication where I talk about art. I guess you can call me an art snob or art nerd or art geek. Definitely one of those. I like art girls, but I talk about culture. I talk about style and beauty, of course, because I'm very dainty. But I will beat the shit out of you if I have to. I mean, that's what a real nigga would do. I talk about beauty and I talk about art and I curate sometimes. And I just really have a passion for the arts. I've always had a passion for the arts. It's ingrained in me. My father was an engineer as well as an actual artist. He was a photographer. He loved to draw, loved to sketch. My mother was an educator and she loved, writing. Like that's what she used to do. She would just write and write and write and write. And she used to have a typewriter. I used to bang on it like it was a toy. So that's the environment I grew up in. I knew I wanted to be a journalist and work in media since I was really young. For Christmas I got a recorder And it was like one of these little red recorders where you could like record something, listen to the radio, and you could also, do like little weird edits to it or whatever. And I remember I used to put a tape cassette in it, and I would record random people when they didn't know. Like, I would just record and like leave the room, and I'll have it recorded and record people conversations, and then I'll know the tea on everybody. I was like really, really young. This the things I used to do. So I like problem solving, so I'm not really a good person to lie to because I internalize and I overthink and overanalyze everything. So when you tell me something, the way I decipher the information that you're giving me, I look at it from like 10 different ways. And if they don't add up, I just gotta let you know, bro. Why the fuck are we still talking about Kaepernick? Why? I mean, seriously, why are we still talking about him? Is he signed to anybody? Is he playing this season? Why are we talking about him? We're talking about someone that nobody in the league wanted. He's on. Look, I was home the other day, working from home, and my brother has this weird obsession with fucking Fox News, and it just irritates the shit out of me. I mean, Fox News is the most dreary source of news available to humans. Seriously, like if you watch Fox News for at least over 60 minutes, I don't understand how you cannot be upset and frustrated and angry, because it's so triggering, you know, like goddamn. So I'm home and I'm working, and in my living room, Fox News is on. Like, it was on for like 4 or 5 hours, because I mean, I could have went to the living room and turned it off, but I just had it in the background, this background noise. And for 4 hours, these fuckers on Fox News talked about Kaepernick like he was like fucking playing just the other day. Like, I don't understand why we are talking about a player that's not signed. Why are we talking about him? It befuddles me. It frustrates me, because what's happening is his intended message is being watered down, drowned out by these by a few of these step and fetch ass Negroes who are afraid to stand up for something because they rather fall for everything and get their little bullshit 16 checks a year while they play in season. And they don't really have the integrity to actually stand up for something, whether, you know, it's popular or not. They just don't have the integrity. And it's not just football players, it's not just athletes, it's just people, period. A lot of people don't have the heart to just do the good thing, to do the right thing, really. And they need convincing. They need someone like Cap to put it all on the line and have people attack him and have the wolves go to him. And then, you know, later on, once people calm down a little bit and you can see the foolishness what they're trying to re-image, you see them, oh, okay, maybe he's right a little bit. You see them like slowly trying to warm up to the idea, but you do not warm up to the fight against oppression. There's nothing to warm up about. You are either fighting against it or you're complicit on the silence, on the sideline, and your silence is violence. So I feel like I say this all the time. Ray Lewis is a coon. He's always going to be a coon. And there's not enough of a sage he can burn to draw that coon spirit up out of him. He needs like one of those. Remember that exorcism from the Boondocks where they had to like whip the nigga out of him? Like, he needs one of those. Like, he needs to get the coon whipped out of him and probably like Joel Osteen or whatever the fuck his name is, the scammer, the original Joanna scammer of the churches, needs to do it. But can we stop talking about Cap? I don't want to talk about Cap no more. I don't want to talk about Cap unless Cap gets signed. If he does not get signed, I think the media should really keep his name out of their fucking mouths. Stop driving hits to your fucking weak ass TV channel stations, your weak ass blogs, to anger white people, because that's all you're really doing. You're not upsetting black people and other minorities talking about Cap. You're only riling up white people. And if you know me, I don't really care about white feelings. So I guess that's that, right? What do you think, Lance? Why do people keep talking about Cap? Like he's signed. Like, why are we talking about this guy?
He's the one that did it.
Right?
He's the one that they didn't want to admit it before, so now they've decided, like you said, they changed the narrative. So now it's something different.
That's what white people do, though. Yeah. White people are good at that. White people are good at, taking a stance against oppression, centering it around them, and fucking up whatever the fuck you just started. And let's not get it twisted. Niggas add to that narrative too. Black Lives Matter is such an important social justice movement in our time. We've never seen a movement like Black Lives Matter in the past 20 years. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, we had the okay. I tried to catch it.
That's one of the old ones. All right. So, if you need to take a pause or anything like that, go right ahead.
Okay. Because you're going to edit it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay, fine.
I'm not live, so,
I'm not worried about that. Yeah. So, I was talking about Black Lives Matter is one of the most important social justice movement in the past 25 years. I haven't seen this much push behind a movement since the Million Man March. And the difference between the Million Man March and, let's say, Black Lives Matter is the Million Man March, the message and the actions didn't match up. Everybody supported the Million Man March. I mean, I was too young, but the idea of the Million Man March was very important to its time, but the action just didn't match up. And when Farrakhan did something similar again, all he did was talk about women. Tell women what to do, police some women and shit. Like, why niggas still listen to Farrakhan? I mean, this is the point where motherfuckers tune me out and don't listen to shit I have to say until another man repeats it, or someone they admire repeats the same thing. But why are we still listening to Farrakhan? Like, do niggas not know that he was an instrument behind Malcolm X's assassination? Like, do niggas not know that? Or is that like some hotep logic I'm spitting right now? Let me know if I'm wrong. Someone's gonna ask me, Erica, where's the receipts? Miss Rosa Sparks, where are the motherfucking receipts? I read an article several years ago from Emerge magazine, and they pretty much documented like all the receipts of what Farrakhan did as far as the death of Malcolm X. So I've never really featured Louis Farrakhan as someone prominent, positive, or influential. I mean, he is influential, but to me, in my life and what I'm about, I never featured him. So, y'all can have that nigga. Like, for real, a lot of y'all support motherfuckers that are just dangerous, and I don't know if it's out of ignorance or out of being complacent. But we can talk about it. You can give me your feedback, definitely. You can argue with me. Just don't walk up on me, because if you walk up on me, I smoke a lot of weed, so I'm very paranoid, and I might hit you. And if you don't want to get hit by a big girl that hits very hard, then, back the fuck up, please, and thank you. See how nice I am? I'm super, super, super nice. Another thing I want to talk about, the past 60 days or so in my life have been very, very interesting. Very interesting. I've had different inquiries from different people regarding how I'm running and operating and building MSAB. For those who don't know, MSAB stands for My Superheroes Are Black. And I guess I'll give you all a little history lesson on how this came to be. I'm into building social media communities. That's like what I do, professionally and personally. The point of me building communities is you want to find like-minded people who are interested in not what you're just doing, but interested in building on top of what you're trying to do. Because, a community is not just one person. It's several people. It's dozens of people. It's hundreds of people. And as a community, you want to move forward. It's like I'm with it's not just me. We move together. So if I'm wrong, we're all wrong. If you're wrong, we all wrong. And we just have to grow together and just be better. As far as social justice is concerned, like, I don't have to prove shit to anybody. I've been fucking protesting and involved in politics since I was a child. And that's why my current issue, the MSAB mixtape, is so prophetic to me, because I remember being a very little young girl in Chicago on the South Side, and I remember Carol Moseley Braun being elected the first Black woman senator in the United States Senate. I remember that. I remember that day. I remember the day my grandmother and my father took me to see her, her gala, to congratulate her from being this girl from Chicago who went to law school and who broke the ceiling. Hillary didn't break the crack in the ceiling. Before her, it was Carol Moseley Braun. Before Carol Moseley Braun, it was Shirley Chisholm. So, it was very important to me for her to talk to me. And it was very important for me to let her know that her work has not gone unnoticed. I appreciate her as a fellow Chicagoan. I appreciate her as a very intelligent woman. Like, if I can't talk to Michelle Obama, I'm going to talk to Carol Moseley Braun, because to me, they're just one and the same to me, because they're both amazing women. They're both very smart women. And it's important for us to recognize our heroes while they're still with us. Don't wait for your heroes to die and go through the motions of, saying how much they influenced your life and how much, their life meant to you. Tell them while they're still here. Don't wait till they die. Don't treat them like a fine art piece. Don't make them more valuable when they're dead. Honor them while they're here. So that was very important to me. That was with a purpose. I was being very intentional when I reached out to her. And I did the old-fashioned way too. I was on Twitter and I was talking to a bunch of goofy motherfuckers on Twitter. And people was talking about, oh, Maxine Waters, Auntie Maxine. And while I do admire the work Miss Waters has done and is continuing to do, I was just thinking to myself, I know another Black woman that's been doing some dope ass shit for a very long time, and no one talks about her. So I researched her, and I found the contact information, and I just said, YOLO! Fuck it! Let me write this email. Let me let you know that, I think you're dope, and if you want to talk to me, you want to talk to me, and if you don't, it's okay. I've been denied plenty of press requests, so having someone not talk to me is not a big thing anymore. But I definitely wanted to try it, always go for it. Go for that shit, because my fears of someone not wanting to speak to me is usually just in my head. I mean, there are certain people that won't talk to me, and it's for several reasons. Maybe they don't think I'm significant enough. Maybe I've written something in the past where it would clash with their client's interests, which would be in their best interest, because if I know the information and they know I know the information, that means I'm going to ask. And if it's something they don't want to talk about, they will just avoid me altogether. But go for that shit. Don't fucking sit on it and think about it or feel like you're not good enough. Just fucking do that shit. And I did it. And that's like one of the dopest interviews I've, done to date. And I've done quite a few dope ass interviews. I love interviewing people, It's like for a few minutes, they're under pressure. They don't know what you know, and they want to put on a good face, but they really need to get a vibe for you. I've had people that have been, who's like I wouldn't say the worst person I interviewed, but the most uncomfortable person I interviewed, believe it or not, Al Sharpton. I'm serious. That short motherfucker would stare you in the face like he's a real career politician. Like, you can be like, this nigga shot somebody, and you'll be asking him questions, and he'll be like, do you know for a fact that I did that? Are you sure? He's asking you questions, and you're like, nigga, I'm interviewing you. So he was one of the most difficult people that I had to interview, and that taught me a lot. So ever since him, I would never let anyone give me the shakes in an interview, because it's like, nigga, I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You go on my time, not the other way around. I don't care who it is. It could be a Barack Obama. You agreed to interview with me, you're gonna interview with me on my terms. So that's my little background in media. But Lance, past 30 days have been interesting. Erica Hardison has been like popping up on a lot of feeds. Like, the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like an Instagram baddie. Like, am I dating a rapper or an athlete? Like, everybody keep fucking talking about me. Like, and the thing is, I don't even post that much on my regular Facebook. Like, I'm like one of those 4 times a month type niggas on Facebook on my regular page. Like, because I might share like a puppy video or something like that, but I don't really post like that on my personal page. But damn, niggas is posting for me. God damn, like, I can't do shit anymore. I remember like a few years ago, I would be able to like sneak into an event or something, and then I'll be able to do like a bullshit ass quick interview on the low with no credentials and be out. Now it's like I can't go anywhere. Motherfuckers just walk up on me, call me by my government name and shit. And I'll be like, nigga, do I know you? Kind of fucking, like, who does that? Who does that? Like, I'm not a celebrity. And it fucking weird, like, freaks me out. Like, bro, at least say, like, excuse me, miss, are you XYZ? As opposed to, like, yo, you Erica? Like, you Erica Hardison? Erica, right? Like, don't do me like that. Like, I don't like it. It happens to me a lot at bleep 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 con. Why are you laughing? I won't say the con I was at because fuck them as a crew. So I just won't even mention them because there's really no point for me to mention them as an organization because they're shitty. So I was at con, and like I encountered a lot of people that knew me by face. And you know what? I never thought I had a face that people would know off the top. If they saw me on the street. Like I always thought like, oh, I don't look like my pictures, so I figured that I could be like incognito when I'm out in public, because I figure like people see the dreads, but they're not gonna really put the face together. But like, and then like I try to be low key in my profile pictures. It's really hard for me to get like a straight up picture of me on my profile because I know for a fact that Google picks some shits up, and you don't want any like weird pictures of you on the first page of Google. Speaking of the first page of Google, have y'all niggas Googled me before? It's important. Like, you know what? I used to be like, I would never be one of those motherfuckers to be like, Google me. But now it's like, bitch, yes, Google me, because you asking me some real ridiculous shit right now. Fucking Google me. And then like, when motherfuckers Google me, that's when you get to start hexing bitches, right? Hex these hoes. You gotta hex these hoes. How do you hex a hoe? Volume 1. Snatch your edges. See, the edges are the giver of life. Are the giver of life, right? If you have no edges, you have no magic. These are real facts. Real facts. Edges give you magic. The more edges, the more healthier your edges are, the more shades you can throw. Because the first thing I do when like bitches start talking shit, I be like, who ain't got no edges? Because if you ain't got no edges, I'm not going to even reply to you. I'm going to need you to get some castor oil, some TCB, a little baby brush, and some water. That's me. All right. So that's how you hex a hoe. 2, how you hex a hoe. You ignore the bitch. Why would you give shine to somebody who don't nobody know? Because the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers want to like start some shit with you just so you can say something about them publicly, right? They want you to get upset, and they want you to get, they want you to get all flustered, and they want you to be in your feelings. They want to feel like they hurting you. So in the effort to hurt you, they're gonna tag you. Bitch, don't tag me. Throw your hands. All right? Don't tag me. Don't tag me ever.
I'm shook it.
I'm shook. Don't fucking tag me, okay? Fucking tag me. I got shit to do. Reclaim my goddamn time and untag me. But anyway. I'm laughing at sis. She's so fucking hilarious. Can you log on to Facebook right now? All right, can you get on this live video?
Live video?
Yeah, I'm doing a live video. Don't fucking tag me. Don't tag me fucking ever. Okay?
Do it in the group.
Well, I'm already live. I want you to jump on I'm gonna tag you.
Oh, you're in the...
Yeah, I'm already. Motherfuckers tagging you. Don't fucking tag me. All right. I have fucking 30,000 fucking fans. Don't fucking tag me. The fuck I look like. Don't tag me, son. Tag your hit. Don't fucking tag me, B. So, the last time, I can't remember the last time I had so many people talking about me. So many irrelevant people talking about me. I can't remember. It's been a while. I feel like I go in cycles. I feel like I'll be chilling. You know, I try to keep it real low key. Like, I'm not going far. I used to be the type of motherfucker that has to go to all the industry parties and has to always mix and mingle with everybody. But now I be like, nigga, I'm gonna stay in my bed, stay in my house, mind my fucking business, and do what I have to do. Right? And that's how I really move. I don't really party. If you see me out, I've planned that shit to be out. I'm not really the party girl I used to be. I used to party a lot. So I'm not really the same party girl I used to be. I like to just stay home and just chill, and I like to keep them, quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm really reclusive. The older I get, the more reclusive I am. But yeah, so past 30 days, I've had for every time someone tries to shit on my name, so much good comes behind it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my karma, and that's my sign to know that I'm gonna be okay. Because a motherfucker would try so hard to shit on me. And believe it or not, some people even pay to shit on me. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? A motherfucker will use a credit card to shit on me.
Thanks to the traffic.
I mean, disappointed, but not surprised. I'm always shook at the amount of audacity that people have. People who don't really like you, but people want to stay in your circle. And you know what? Another friend has actually had something similar happen. She has a community. She's well known, and she's my goals. But people fucking screenshot the shit she says and tell it to other motherfuckers. And my thing is, if someone is saying something that is not really nice about someone, are you really a friend for screenshotting it and sending it to them? If someone's saying something, spilling some tea or kikiing about somebody, and it comes across as something to hurt them, if you screenshot it and you send it to the person that they're talking about, are you really a friend, or are you adding more traumatic stress to the situation? Like, a lot of you bitches is carrying bones for people who don't even like you. I mean, but I guess that's why I ain't got no friends, because I would, well, that's not true. I have friends, but the friends that I have, we just some real niggas. So that shit ain't gonna happen. Like, you know, it's more like if we have a beef with each other, we'll just talk about our beef and keep it moving. Like, my friends ain't gonna fucking pay no ad to talk about me and the shit I'm doing. This is me, you know, but I'm just a regular nigga from Chicago, so I don't know. I'm just trying to be black and free and pretty and moving in my own lane. But it's like when you move in your own lane, it's a motherfucker with their little raggedy ass bumper car behind you trying to move you out the lane, and they don't even have the power to. It's like they're just mad annoying, like a fly, like a house fly. Like, you just mad annoying. So yeah. And I knew, you know what the interesting thing is? I knew if I did this podcast, I already assumed that the first couple of episodes would be interesting feedback, because I don't know why y'all want me on the podcast, for one. I still don't know. And because the shit I say, like, I'm really random, and I just say shit how I see it. You know, people think I'm politically correct because of my stances on social issues, but I don't really think I am, because politically correct to me means it's kind of passive, and I'm not passive in any, you know, shape, form, or fashion. I will fuck you up. Like, I am violent. But I try to be nice, because being nice, you know, I was raised in a home where, you know, it was a lot of love, and, you know, people just wanted to do the better good. But my mother and my father were both some, like, really hood motherfuckers with degrees. So it's always like, we can do this or we can do that. I'd rather do this, but if you want me to do that, we can do that too. We can go either way. I can shoot the fair one, or we can, you know, you can't be half a gangster. That's really what I'm saying. Don't be half a gangster. You know, don't do the most with the least. If you're gonna take me out, be a real nigga. Take me all the way out. Take me down. You know, get all my shit pulled.
Copyright your shit.
That wasn't nice. That actually wasn't nice. That was a shot. How you children say it, vague booking. I don't vague book. I'll throw a book at you though. I don't vague book. So, for my Patreon supporters, thank you. Let me actually pull up all y'all niggas' names so I can shout y'all out, because I promised. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull you motherfuckers up, because there's about 10 of y'all, and I appreciate it. I really do, because independent media is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, independent media is where it is. And if y'all really want, you know, real black owned Black control news, you really have to like support independent media, because you're not gonna fucking get it from BET. You're not gonna fucking get it from whatever channel they trying to tell you that they're diversifying or whatever the fuck. You're not gonna get it from them because they don't have a real interest. You know, I mean, like, they just fucking sit on social media and see what's trending and regurgitate it with a fucking headline. If we just being real, if you want the real tea. Just saying. That's how that shit works. I know. That's where I've been working for the past 5, 6, 7 years of my life. So support independent media, not just Fabulize, but any independent media that is available that you enjoy, except for Atlantic Black Star, because they fucking ashy as shit. Fuck that. And Urban Intellectuals, don't fucking support them. And anything with Roland Martin name on it, he's fucking ashy as fuck. Fuck him. He's a fucking dirtbag. Like, I know for a fact that he tried to get a black woman fired because he doesn't like how they talk about him. He's fucking fragile as fuck. So fuck him. I have a whole fuck you list. I don't have it on me right now, but I definitely keep a fuck you list on me. It's just people that I just need to tell them fuck you before existing, because some people are just terrible. So I have a list of things I wanted to talk about. We already started covering some of the things already, which was why we're still talking about Kaepernick, because white people are clueless, and the state of whiteness is a constant state of ignorance, and just even thinking about it is exhausting. White people exhaust the shit out of me. They exhaust me because they purposely want to be obtuse so they can run through these mental gymnastics with you as a form of entertainment, because they really believe black people or minorities are fucking less intelligent than they are. So they just want to see how well you can articulate yourself. And I peep that shit. That's why I keep it moving. Bye. Oh, so something else was brought to my attention. And let me start off by saying this. There's no fucking thing as woke white people. The two words woke white people don't even really go together. And I'm disappointed in the amount of you Negroes who are fascinated. Wasn't that the word that was used? Fascinated? Fascinated. I am disappointed in you Negroes that are fascinated that you see white people just being regular decent people, and you want to pull out the fucking party hats, and you have specialized barbecue invites ready for them for being decent. I don't understand that. That's asinine to me. It's encouraging mediocrity. Like, I don't understand. I am confused by that point of view. I am also befuddled that people of color would prefer to have that type of conversation amongst other people of color, and in a really weird way antagonize other black people and other people of color for not giving white people props for being woke. These are some real interesting Negroes nowadays. that's, maybe I'm too old. I think about that a lot. I think about people, their actions and shit like that. And I think to myself, maybe I'm just old, because I didn't graduate high school in like 2012. So maybe I'm just, old, and I'm just an old head. And I don't want to think of myself as an old head, because I don't think I'm an old head, but I feel like I'm an old head because these conversations sometimes are just so disappointing. Disappointed, but not surprised. That's probably going to be my mantra for the rest of the year. Disappointed, but not surprised. So, this new group on Facebook, Beer Games Matter. These niggas have Beer Games Matter. They've been in the news. I heard that they was mentioned on ABC The View. I've seen them mentioned on someone's contributor piece on HuffPost. They've been they haven't officially trended on Twitter, but I've saw some hashtags and, women, and seeing how much they love it and stuff like that or whatever. So, someone that needs a beer game. Is it beer game or beard gear? What the fuck? Beard game matters. And someone added me to the group. And so I see pictures of guys with beards. And let me tell you something. I like beards. I like men with beards. I like tall men with beards. I like men with big hands that are tall with beards. But I don't like men with beards that are airheads. It's just a waste of time and a waste of space. So as these women was, fainting over these particular bearded fellows, me being the person I am, I have questions. I'm always good for a good question. You look good, but do you science, my nigga? How do you vote politically? Are you atheist? What's the last 5 books you read? Asking a nigga what's the last 5 books you read eliminates a lot of people from my circle. I just don't even want to proceed and go further. Because you know how many niggas tell me the Bible? The fuck are you reading the Bible for? This is a random book to be reading? Who does that? No, nigga. I think one of the other questions that I asked some random beard guy, I was like, are trans women women? Like, I asked real questions, like real social, conversation questions. And this white dude posted his fucking picture. And I was like, hey, do you acknowledge your white privilege? And these motherfucking Negroes just came out the fields and was like, you don't be asking my frat that. Don't be talking to my frat like that. Go to his profile. The fuck I want to go to this dude's profile? Just ask him a fucking question. Do you acknowledge your white privilege? Look, if you are a white person in a person of color, people of color, Black-centered space, I think that's an appropriate question. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm not thirsty or I'm not I don't feel it's a compliment if I'm in a Black-centered space and white people want to be there. I'm more like, how the fuck he get here? And you know my rules. If you see a white person, snitch. Snitch, motherfucker. Snitch. Right? So, apparently this white dude was in a Black frat. And you know what it made me think? It made me think, this is where I catch the feedback. This is where I catch the flack. It made me happy that I didn't pledge in a sorority. Because I was very close to actually being in a sorority, and for for all reverence, my mother is in a sorority. So, I mean, they have this whole legacy thing or whatever, whatever. But I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga, and I don't fall in line with a bunch of motherfuckers in unison. I just don't. Like, that's just not my spirit. Like, that's asking a lot out of me to like fall in line and number in unisons. And whether I agree with it or not, I have to go with the flow because of the group. I can't do that. Like, I've never operated that way. So, but as I see it as an outsider, I'm glad. I mean, I love the culture. Let me say that. I love the culture. I love the work that they do. And I'm not, calling out any particular frat or sorority. I'm just saying I love the social work that they do. I love the fact that they've helped a lot of people, but socially, I don't want to fuck with them niggas like that. I'm cool. I think because of my experiences dealing with Black people in Greek life has rubbed me wrong, especially as someone who was going to be a part of that culture. It just makes me feel like, things happen for a reason, and maybe it's just for the best, because I feel like if I were, I would probably just stop wanting to be in that particular organization, because I would not want to contribute to that type of culture. So I would keep it moving, so things work out for the best. But yeah, so I got kicked out of the group because over a white dude. That's basically what happened. I almost lasted 24 hours. So that's a yay for me. And plus, any fucking group or space or community created by Black dudes is probably toxic, depending on who it is, because dudes, for the most part, men, when they create spaces, they aren't doing it with the safety of non-men in mind. So even if they're trying to do something good, they're not really thinking it through. So I just want to say Beer Games Matters trash. And also, Noir B&B is trash. I have a story. So I am friends with a really dope fucking designer. I've known her for some years, and she's done some really dope and big visible projects. And she was really frustrated with this client she had. And I went on Twitter and I saw the hashtag NorB and bullshit. And basically, NorB founders are some hotep niggas. Like, real ashy type niggas. And the story that I've collected on them so far is that NorB was only launched because they felt slighted for not getting some type of tech position or some shit like that. And so there is really no real goal to have NorB as an actual functioning company, believe it or not. And I'm about to pull up the hashtag right now. Oh, yes, I am. I'm here for the tea. Hold on. So I'm going to read some of the tweets from NorB and bullshit. That's the official tagline, the hashtag on Twitter. So here's one of the tweets. You and your gaslighting internet bro couldn't launch a toy rocket. How much input, consulting, and time put into your Noir B&B bullshit. Damn. Noir B&B bullshit is textbook example of how every brother ain't a brother and how not to run a business. Just a trash corporate culture. Speaking with someone who worked with them in their Noir being bullshit hashtag. It's a shame you don't speak to people about this. So basically what people was taking up for the designer, because basically I read somewhere that she put in like months and months of work and they only gave her like a couple $1,000. Niggas are so exhausting. I just want to roll my eyes till they fall out my fucking head. Like, for real. Niggas are so exhausting. And I'm frustrated because it's like, we already know the obstacles that stand in the way for Black people in tech, and for you to get people interested in your product, and for you to abuse and manipulate and take advantage of other Black femmes in the tech industry is just fucking disgusting. So I would not be booking anything through Noir B&B. They can have their ashy ass app. So I did something. I activated my dating profiles again. You like, oh, we're doing that again, huh?
How's that going?
You know what it's like reactivating your dating apps to start like fishing for dick again. It's like you have the realization that you have standards and you don't want to lower your standards, but then you start negotiating with yourself on how low you can go before you're like, fuck this shit. So I'm more like, okay, I guess I can date a guy with kids. I guess I can date a guy shorter than me. I guess I can date a guy younger than me. I guess I can do this. I guess I can do that. I guess I can do that. And so I'm on this fat girl app, right? Called Woo Plus. So it was this nigga with like these fucking like spider web extensions in his hair. And I'm thinking to myself, did this nigga get a crochet set just to take pictures on his profile? He was a Brooklyn nigga too. And I'm back on OkCupid. OkCupid is so exhausting because every time I activate my OkCupid, I get like an abundance of white men sending me message. It'll be like some dude named Brett, and he'll be like, "Hey, you're beautiful. Want to have some beer sometime?" I'm like, nigga, I put in my profile, I like Bun B and Black Lives Matter. Why the fuck are you asking to take me out for beer? I don't get it. But, so I'm logging on right now so you guys can see. So this guy that's 5'3" sent me a message to ask me what kind of science I like. He lives in Philadelphia. And like, I looked at the 5'3" part and I was like, no way he's 5'3". That must be like a send off some shit. Then I saw his picture and like, you know when shorter people take pictures like by doorways and you can determine their height by how far they're from the doorknob to how far they're from the top of the door. He looks so little. Like he looked like a little Keebler elf. And I'm not trying to body shame him or anything like that, because that's not what I'm doing. But how does a guy that's like 5'3" send a message to a girl that's like 5'9"? Like, what do they be thinking? Do they think that this 5'9" girl that's in heels visibly on a profile. Do they think that they're just gonna jump on top of me? It must be the titties. It has to be the titties, right? It must be the titties. Like, I can probably see like little dudes like wanting to like. Ugh, I just disgusted myself. Yeah. So dating as a fat girl on dating apps is pretty trash, at least for me, because I'm usually just blocking people, and like a lot of times I feel like I have to really force myself to want to date and want to actively date and want to like people, because I don't like people, and it's really hard to date someone that I genuinely like. Like, I can really count on my hands how many guys I've met in my life, and right off the bat I liked them. Like, I met them, I was fucking with them, I was vibing with them. Like, it's only been so many guys. And here's where the minxy shit comes in. Like, if I only dated the guys that I met off the bat and we vibe from off the bat, that'll be less than 10 dudes. That'll probably be like 5 or 6 dudes. And I would be a depressed motherfucker if those were the only men I ever dealt with in my life. Like, geez Louise on a breadstick. Like, oh my goodness. But that leads me to lead into, why are so many people mad about all these films doing the for the dick challenge? Like, I thought niggas will be happy to hear about the shit that we'll do for the dick. Now we can't openly say things we'll do for the dick. See, I wish I had some music. I'll fucking rap. For the dick challenge. For the dick challenge. What you do for the dick. What I'll do for the dick. I'll write a bad check for the dick. Max out my car for the dick. Pay my own way for the dick. Fuck your daddy for the dick. I need some music so I can get litty. Princess Katara, I think that's her fucking name. The African chick. She gave me the okay to use her music. Okay. She's the big dick song. See, this one we have to like lead into the music. The dick for breakfast, dick for lunch. Y'all remember that song? That shit was hot. Dick for breakfast, dick for lunch. I like big dick and I cannot lie. I want the big dick. 20-inch dick. 20-inch dick. I remember the song. The song is lit. That's a song we need to like come in with. Just to scare motherfuckers. Because, you know, there are going to be people listening to this to see if I talk about them. That's why I have to wait until like the middle of the segment to like start talking, like start thinking, to letting them think I'm going to talk about what they think I'm going to talk about, but not really talk about what they want me to talk about. Because then if I talk about what they want me to talk about, then they won't listen to the next episode. You gotta drop shade like every episode so they can keep coming back, because you know they're gonna pay for it, so they can complain about it. You charge X, Y, and Z for that podcast. How you know what I'm charging if you're not in my shit? How you know what I'm doing? Motherfuckers be like, Erica doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'll be like, who? Who are you? How you know so much about me? And I don't know shit about you. Lance, you're mad chill. You got me in here like talking to myself. Being weird. Let's get weird.
Yeah, I get some people on next time.
No, not next time. I want like people to like me for like me, because if people just think I'm gonna do interviews, if I don't book nobody, are they gonna listen to me? Are they gonna think I'm entertaining? I think I'm funny sometimes. I'm funny. Like, I was in like tell like 10 jokes and maybe like 4 of them will hit. But I keep going because I really think I'm funny. Some people don't think I'm funny, but I laugh because I think I'm hilarious.
I think you're funny.
I'm funny sometimes. Like, sometimes I try too hard, and it can be offensive. But you know, I'm not trying to like offend people. Well, some people I am, but not everyone. So what do you think people should know about Dainty Thug? Why the name Dainty Thug, I guess? Depends on how you look at it. Personally, I have a lot of classism and elitism to like unpack. So the Dainty Thug is like an oxymoron of what I should be and what I really am, or how I coexist in both worlds. Like, I do think I'm dainty, and I was kind of raised to be very dainty, but I also can fight. So there's this really weird intersection of me being able to go from the MoMA to going into your uncle's and daddy's house playing spades. I can talk about Monet, and I can go from talking about Monet to talking about Money Love. I can go from talking about history and art to playing spades and pitching pennies and gang banging. Like, it's just so many different mirrors to me in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one way. Like, I don't walk down one lane. I'm kind of like in the middle, walking however I want to walk. And I think that's the difference between me and other people who consider themselves a nerd or a blurred or whatever the fuck. Because, like, you ain't gonna question my blackness. Like, look at me. You're not gonna fucking say, you think you're a white person? You think you're a white girl? No, nigga, I don't. And you won't ask me that shit because there's nothing about my demeanor that gives you the impression that I want to be white, or I want to look white, or I want to speak white, or I want to embed and entrench myself in white culture. Like, there's nothing about me that gives you that impression. No matter what I'm talking about, whether it be comics, art, movies, there's nothing that gives you that impression that, oh, she doesn't like herself, she doesn't want to be black. I don't have those type of problems. Like, I've just never had someone question my blackness that way. But these other niggas, I wish a nigga would, though. I wish a nigga would insinuate that I'm not black enough. Those are fighting words. I'm not black enough? You see his hair? Think this hair just came out of nowhere? Alright, what else we got on our agenda? I got these goofy motherfuckers on Twitter. So I have a Dainty Thug podcast Twitter, right? And I've had the same weirdos in my mentions for the past couple days. Like, this motherfucker, his name is Mohammed Benabaker. His Twitter handle is woke as hell. And he's the most unwokest motherfucker ever. He's trying to outwoke me. Let me tag motherfucker Ari. He's trying to outwoke me by saying, well, I'm an immigrant and English isn't my first language. So technically, I'm more of a minority than you. Boy, if you don't get show. It's the woke Olympics in this motherfucker. If you don't get your ass, if you don't sit your ass down, you don't play that card with me. You don't get to play the, I came here from another country. You came here. You made the fucking choice to come here. Okay? You don't have to be here. I'm not saying leave, but I'm just saying you don't have to be here. You know what I'm saying? You made the choice to come to America. My great, great, great grandmother didn't have that choice. She didn't make the choice to come here. She was brought here. She was enslaved to come here. My grandmother, my father's mother, died at the age of 92. She was born in the 20s. Her grandmother was a slave. We're not that far removed. My grandmother's grandmother was a slave. And that's a lot to process. Like, we're not talking about, 5,000 years ago. Like, we're not talking like I'm some fucking motherfucker walking for 40 years looking for fucking honey and bread. Like, we're talking about my grandmother's grandmother. Like, if I search hard enough, I can probably find pictures of my grandmother's grandmother, or at least find her name. I probably won't get any official records because slaves were property and it's really hard to find documents like that. But the fuck, like, someone on Twitter used the word woke generation, and I don't really like you niggas. To be honest, I don't like you woke niggas. I don't like you woke niggas for a lot of reasons. Because all y'all niggas sound like y'all just read Niggas to God Part 1. Like, I feel like I'm like 15 years in front of y'all. Like, y'all niggas just y'all learning this shit in real time. Like, I feel like y'all playing a video game and y'all just trying to, like, treat everything like the shit you read in the textbook. And that's not how you apply shit to life. That's not what real niggas do. You woke niggas remind me of you ever watched Different World? That nigga Shaja. That's what you woke niggas remind me of. Nigga Shaja the God, light skinned nigga, swearing he's desimplifying the real Africanness of our culture by eliminating the European standard of what's acceptable in our society. That's what you niggas sound like to me. And you fucking BuzzFeed ass feminists, I wish y'all would leave me alone. If your feminism doesn't align with mine, that's fine. Just leave me the fuck alone. It's okay. I don't fuck with you turfy bitches. I don't fuck with you. I definitely don't fuck with white feminists. I don't fuck with y'all. And I leave y'all alone. I let y'all do y'all thing. And I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm going to say before I sign off, before I think about it, I make sure I went down my checklist of things I wanted to get off my chest this week. What else I want to talk about this week? Because I had like a whole list. No, I got everything, basically. Yes, if my feminism isn't aligned with your feminism, it's okay. All right? I'm here to say it's okay. It's cool, We don't have to have the same goals. We don't have to have the same agenda. Because my agenda is pretty deliberate and is very transparent. And I repeat myself of what my intentions are every day. Like, I don't hide anything. I don't come out the bag like, ta-da, y'all didn't know this, niggas, and I got y'all. Like, I don't do that. Like, I'll let y'all know I'm doing this, A, B, and C. And if y'all want to fuck with me, y'all fuck with me. If y'all don't want to fuck with me, that's fine, too. Because if you don't want to fuck with me, I'm going to find somebody else who don't want to fuck with me. And if I'm lucky, I'll have somebody to actually fund me. If I'm lucky. But it's hard to get sponsors. Not impossible, but it's hard. But I try. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's really what I want to do. Is I just want to try. You know what I'm saying? If People say no. That's totally cool. But stop using my fucking name to get trafficked. Can we do that? Because my name means something. It really does. And I didn't realize how valuable my name was. And like, I've been I try to remain humble because you don't want to be like feeling yourself too much. But I work really, really hard. You know, it's not you think it's easy, my niggas, to get fucking press passes to these places as an independent media nigga? Do you think it's easy? It's not easy. It's not easy. You think people give a fuck about my magazine like that? No. Not really. But I make niggas give a fuck about my magazine. That's the difference. I make people give a fuck about MSAB. And it's when niggas is cut off from these particular networks, it becomes a problem. Niggas stop eating. Oh shit. I can't even send XYZ a message because I don't fuck with them. Damn. How that commission work looking? Don't tag me though. Don't fucking tag me. Don't fucking tag me, because if you tag me, you fucking with my shit and you bothering me. Don't fucking tag me. Unless you're like a really hunky dude, then you can tag me. And if you tell me I'm pretty, you can tag me. And what other shit do I need to talk about, Lance? Let me get on Twitter.
You probably wrap it up.
I could probably wrap it up. It's 10. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night, which means I won't get downtown Brooklyn till midnight. So if you watching this and you in downtown Brooklyn, I'm just saying you could meet me downtown Brooklyn and we could have drinks. And I'll show you what I'll do for the dick. Do for the dick. Ew. I bust it open for the dick. I drink a fifth of Henny for the dick. This is brought to you by a real nigga. This is brought to you by a real nigga. Real nigga. Wait, hold on. I have a perfect outro. Since like I opened my Instagram for Dainty Thug. No one's really following me, but I have like a whole intro. I have a whole intro I based on Game of Thrones because I'm that type of fucking nerd. Okay, hold on. So we have to like put like the Game of Thrones theme in somehow, or chop it up, or remix it, or some shit like that. Okay. Allow me to well, you probably should say this because like you gotta be like my day one nigga that introduced me to like the kings and the queens and shit. But okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay. This one. That was like the theme song. Okay. I don't have an English accent, so it's not gonna like be cool. Okay. This is. If I can change my voice though. You are in the presence of Rosa Sparks from House of Sparks, daughter of Sir E.H. Sparks, the Brown Round, the mother of jazz hands, protector of the marginalized, friend to the queer folk, queen of the South Side, the reader of Ash, breaker of fragile masculinity, seeker of truth, descendant of black slaves, the unbothered, the fourth generation of petty, the perfectly melanated, the red minx, the black film superhero, the destroyer of woke niggas, the undefeated against the illogical, the chocolate Columbo, and the newest voice in the podcast game. Happy International Podcast Day to all the motherfuckers who ain't never heard of me. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to say meet me somewhere next week, but I ain't gonna be here next week because I'll be in New York City Comic Con. So, y'all don't have to bug Lance. Be like, when is it coming out? When is episode 2? This is the first episode. Hex them hoes. Don't get mad. Get money.